and his synthetic assistant, Alex Fontini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be around this wild, wacky, and sometimes disturbing world of ours. Yes, that's the intro to the Mindset Podcast, a weekly attempt to open eyes and shedding light on what's really going on in the world, all done by ripping apart the media madness that masquerades as news. Join me, Gareth Davis, every Sunday on the Mindset Podcast. You can find the show on all major podcasting services such as iTunes, Stitcher, and so on. Or you can go directly to the main Mindset website. That's www.mindsetcentral.com. Check out the Mindset Podcast. Bring your curiosity, your opinions, and a sense of humor. And remember that some worldviews are stranger than others.
And here we go, buddy. And welcome to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here on the New Visions Radio Network. And of course, simulcasting live on our YouTube channel.
Oh,
Thank
live.
you for joining us.
Well, here's the subscribe button. Get it out of the way now, right?
You know what? We'll talk a little bit about that because we have to get it off our chest. Like,
yeah,
seriously. Anyways, how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
It was good to see you guys today.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good to, there's, even though, it's still under restriction and masks and all that kind of stupid shit, but still it was
Better
good.
than nothing, right?
Huh?
It's better than nothing.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it. It was ridiculous. This is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, beautiful day today. It's been absolutely nice the last few days.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Summer. But it's too humid too quick.
Yep.
It was just great. Like today wasn't as bad as yesterday and the day before, but holy crap, what was it, Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, it was fucking steam bath outside.
It was unbearable. I hate it when it's like that. I hate it. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, see, Ron agrees. He hates the humidity too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the humidity that kills you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, I'm still stuffed from supper or dinner or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, what'd you have?
Burgers.
Burgers. That doesn't seem very Italian.
No, it's not.
Unless you put some oregano or something.
Yeah.
Seasoning.
Yeah. Put some Italian seasoning on it.
Some Italian seasoning in there, yeah. So what's new?
Nothing. Come on, Ron, you're slipping. He beat you to it again.
Yeah. What's going on? Anyways, so we did a little bit of a bonus show. What was it? Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Just sort of give a sneak preview, as to what EVPs or what to expect for tonight's show.
Yeah.
Because tonight it's just total EVPs tonight. We're playing EVPs, and like we said, if somebody out there has a sample, an EVP that they like played on the show, then get it to us at nocturnalfrequencyradio@gmail.com with a brief description of what's going on and who it's from. It doesn't have to be your own name, just whatever. But just get it to us that way. And of course, we'll keep the lines open.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to call into the show, we'll give the show number after our first break. But anyways, going on with the last show, like this, we started the show off. We were talking a little bit about COVID and the jab and all that kind of stuff, and we were just talking about personal sort of.
Yeah, because both Steve and I got it, right? We got the first jab.
Well, yeah, we got first jabs, whatever.
Mm.
Holy crap, man. We took a ribbon on YouTube. People were a little sour with that.
Well, one guy in particular. And then we also lost like 4 subscribers because of it.
Because we got jabbed?
Yeah.
Or we're giving misinformation out there?
I don't know what misinformation we were given, considering we're talking about us getting it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, that's neither here or there.
The one person, from day one, it seems had a problem with something, maybe with himself. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
If you don't like it, don't tune in. Fuck you.
That's it.
Plain and simple. I don't care.
Yeah.
You want to unsubscribe? Go ahead. Do it. Be my guest. That's your choice. That's your decision.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not going to be constructive in your criticism, then screw off. Who cares?
Exactly.
I don't mind constructive criticism. I mean, hey, we're not perfect. We're the furthest thing from perfect, and we've never, ever said we were. And I don't think we were ever giving out any information or misinformation to on that sort of note.
I don't think
About COVID or jabs or anything like that. What, getting the jab was misinformation?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, wait. Oh, maybe. The fact that people don't want to get their tested, maybe because they're afraid of the test?
Yeah.
That's not misinformation. That's truth. I mean, there are people out there that probably are afraid to get tested because they don't want to go through that process.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, hey, some people are just overly sensitive, I guess, for lack of a better term, and also stupid. That's my opinion.
To put it bluntly, yeah.
Yeah.
To put it bluntly.
I mean, at the end of the day, the way I see it is this. You and I getting vaccinated, or our first jab anyway, has no bearing on anybody else's lives. So what difference does it make if you and I got it to somebody else? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. It makes no sense. But
no, it doesn't.
Whatever. But whatever. Like I said, it's just, that's the way it goes.
By the way, Ron, I got your new song and I put it in the rotation. I don't know if you were able to hear it, but it's on there.
Yeah. It's and Ron, you might hear some of it we're patching together a preview sort of bonus thing for before the show starts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the chat room, anywhere from 10 minutes before the show, you'll probably see it in the next couple shows or two. We were going to show it tonight, but it needs to be tweaked a little bit more and fine-tuned.
Yeah, it's a pretty freaky.
It's pretty freaky, man.
Before I forget, let me forward you his latest one, just so you have it to put it into that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a good song, Ron. I listened to it, and it's an awesome song. Let's see here. All right.
Yeah,
it's on its way.
Like I said, I've enjoyed everything that Ron has sent so far.
Yeah.
Some pretty good stuff, man. Some really, really cool stuff.
If we can help you in any way, get you bigger by playing this stuff, we'll do it, man.
Yeah. He becomes a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, just remember us little people.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So we did a bonus show on Thursday, and of course, whatever. We took some flack in the comments, and we got a thumb down. It was only one thumb down.
Yeah, it was that guy Barry Crump or whatever his name
Barry
is.
Crump.
Yeah.
Barry Crump.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we deleted the comments because they're nothing but whiny little.
Well, they are. They're not constructive.
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
It's not. Look it. It's just a bitch fest.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, move on.
That's it. Some have already. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. But apparently, he took 3 of his friends with him, or 4 of his friends with him. Whatever. I want to say something else, but I won't.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyways,
we'll leave it at that.
So, anyways, we're gonna do a full-on EVP show tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna be playing some EVPs and showing you a couple presentations.
Of course, the people on New Visions. I don't know if they'll be able to even hear it though, Steve, because you're not playing it on your player. So if I play the presentation videos, the people on YouTube will be able to see it and hear it, but I don't know if New Visions will.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's a bonus aspect for the YouTube listener or watchers.
That's right. We could save that towards the end then, because at least that way, it's not too bad.
We could play the audio clip. I sent you the audio clip for the singing one.
Yeah, I'll play all the audio clips, but then towards the end, we can also show the presentation for the people on YouTube
to get an idea.
Yeah, for sure. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it was 6, 7, 8 EVPs you sent me in total, and then I added 2 of my own to the list.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So there's quite a few to go through tonight.
Yeah, some really interesting ones. Some really cool ones. With that said, we'll take a short break here. If you want to follow us, you can do so on Twitter at Dark Discussions. Facebook, it's Nocturnal Frequency Radio on Facebook. Instagram, Nocturnal Frequency Radio. And again, like and subscribe here at YouTube. And of course, our Discord. We have a Discord now, too.
That's right.
And how do people find Discord?
I believe I put the link in our Facebook page. I have to double check it. If not, I'll try to get it posted tonight, the invite to the Discord server. So if anybody's interested, they can join our Discord server as well.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to start playing some EVPs for you guys, okay? So hold tight. You're listening and watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, streaming simulcasting on our YouTube channel. So hold tight. We'll be right back.
and his satanic assistant, Alex Fontini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be around this wild, wacky, and sometimes disturbing world of ours. Yes, that's the intro to the Mindset Podcast, a weekly attempt to open eyes and shedding light on what's really going on in the world, all done by ripping apart the media madness that masquerades as news. Join me, Gareth Davis, every Sunday on the Mindset Podcast. You can find the show on all major podcasting services such as iTunes, Stitcher, and so on. Or you can go directly to the main Mindset website. That's www.mindsetcentral.com. Check out the Mindset Podcast. Bring your curiosity, your opinions, and a sense of humor. And remember that some worldviews are stranger than others.
And welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network and, of course, simulcasting on our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's the Memorial Day, or Memorial Day, Victoria Day long weekend here in Canada. And, I want to put a word of caution out there. Like I was telling you, I had a damn tick on my arm.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it got there, but folks, ticks are bad this year, man. I'm telling you, they're really bad this year. So you really got to watch yourself, man. So have a good time and just be wary. Just be wary.
They're everywhere, man.
I don't know what's worse, COVID or Lyme disease.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or those damn pesky mosquitoes and
malaria.
West
Nile. Yeah, West Nile
virus, whatever. There's always something, man. You can't win with anything.
No.
You
can't.
Just put your fucking bug spray on and
just live in a bubble.
But that makes me kind of wonder about when we shoot, though.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be...
Excuse me. We could put some bug spray on, but because, I mean, that deters ticks.
Yeah. Use hairspray. We don't have hair.
Yeah.
We don't have hairspray.
Hairspray.
I don't even know what that looks like anymore.
Hairspray.
I went away the dodos like my hair did.
Hairspray. Can you imagine Alex with a mohawk?
Oh, fuck. Fun.
He definitely looked like a rooster.
Yeah. I'd have the reverse mohawk. So nothing up here, everything on the side.
Yeah, you'd have the horseshoe.
Yeah, exactly, the horseshoe.
I don't think I've used hairspray before on bugs. Does that really work, though? Hairspray? It's probably just...
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't used hairspray in years, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you what it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, man, hairspray.
Maybe today's hairspray might work.
Wow. So anyways, we got some EVPs to play tonight. And you know what? Mars is in chat. She's going to recognize some of these. I'm sure most of them should probably recognize.
Yeah.
So these are probably nothing new to her. And a lot of these ones you've heard, Alex.
Yeah.
Some though, you've got a couple that you've captured over the years.
Yeah, I got a couple that I want to play, like literally 2 of them. But yeah.
Yeah.
For
so sure. Without any, well, okay. So hold on. Okay, so like I said, we'll open up the lines, and if you want to call, you have like an EVP or something that you want to talk about, an EVP or something related to that. You can call us at 716-406-4472 is the number to call. And we'll keep the lines open throughout the show. Anyways, let's get to some EVPs.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start off with the first EVP here.
First one is the Big Sky. Okay.
The Big Sky.
The Big Sky. Here we go.
Sky.
Let me know.
Go
ahead.
I'll give you a scenario. Okay, so this was taken out of a ranch, a horse ranch, that was formerly owned by the Seagram family, which is a well-known whiskey family here in Canada. And at one point, one of the visitors, they had a lot of visitors to this place, including Al Capone during Prohibition.
Surprise, surprise.
Exactly. But this was captured while we were in the guest home that was built in the 50s. And let me tell you, this place had quite a interesting history behind it. A lot of violence, a lot of very malevolent sort of history. People who lived in there couldn't wait to get out of there. In fact, there was at one point when they're in between people living in the house, they had a painter come in to paint the walls and so on and so on. And as he was on the ladder painting the walls in this particular room where this EVP was taken, He was literally strangled while he was on the ladder and fell off. Strangled.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna throw a recorder down in here and just take some bass audio recording to see if we can capture anything. And with this, you're going to hear at this point the recording is all by itself on the main floor in this particular room. You're going to hear us in the background upstairs, but ever so slightly. And then you're going to hear something. To me, every time I hear it, it's bone chilling. But go for it.
Okay.
You want to play it again, Alex?
Yeah, I'll play it again.
So what are you hearing?
I hear laughter. A female laughter.
Isn't that evil?
It does. Sounds kind of evil, but yeah, that's what I hear.
And there's nobody in the house. Nobody in the house except for us upstairs. And as you can hear the placement, it's almost as if that laughter is just beyond the mic there. Just almost there.
It sounds pretty far away.
You know?
Yeah.
Play it again.
Okay.
Not extremely far away. If you listen to it
Okay.
carefully.
Almost sounds like it's an echo, like the recorder's capturing the echo off of a wall. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That's what it sounds like, to be honest with you.
That is quite a very...
And no one was in that room, obviously, right?
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. The house was locked down. We were in there by ourselves. Swept the place to make sure no one or nothing was in there that we knew of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty... It's interesting when you capture stuff like that when you know there's no one in there that could possibly make that noise.
Yeah.
That's
And you sit there and go, who could that have been? Who was that? Was that the same person that might have strangled the guy painting?
Oh, you never know. It could possibly be. Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure the guy didn't or wasn't able to tell whether it was a male or female, right? Unless they did say it was a male or female. Excuse me, male or female.
Yeah.
Yep. So you want me to go on to the next one now?
Yeah, move on to the next one. Go
Okay, so the next one is called Child Singing. You want to give a little bit of heads up on that one?
Well, that one we're going to play the visual presentation.
That's towards the end, though. You want to play the clip now, and then we'll play the presentation.
Yeah,
to the end?
yeah, we'll play the clip. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So, anyways, hold on.
Yep.
So, we'll play the visual sort of aspect to give you guys who are watching us on YouTube just exactly how this was captured. But anyways, this was taken from I had one of the guys go and visually document the house before going in and doing our very first investigation of the Spruce Lane farmhouse. And he went upstairs, and you can see him, with the camera just going upstairs and then like sort of panning on all these paintings on the wall upstairs in the sort of the bedroom quarter area, and he centers in on this one portrait of a little girl. And as he sort of fixates on the photograph, or sorry, the painting, you hear something really, really eerie. You want to play it?
You want to play the presentation or just the EVP?
Play the EVP for now.
Okay, here we go.
You know what? That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one?
That's the wrong one. That was another area where it was captured again. I forget I was captured in 2 different spots, and that one is not you can't really hear that one too well.
Okay, hang on, because I might actually have the one you sent me originally.
Okay.
Let me see if I can load it up.
If you got it, okay, go ahead.
Give me a sec. Okay, let me play this one and tell me if this is the right one, okay?
Okay, yep. That indeed is it.
Okay.
Play it one more time.
Yep.
Isn't that creepy?
Yeah. So that's it's kind of weird because it almost seems like the voice is right there with you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, there's nobody there with him except for him.
Mm-hmm.
Upstairs. We were all in the kitchen area in the back. You know, you're familiar with the kitchen area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were all sitting there and sort of devising the game plan on how we're going to do it while he was upstairs recording this. And as you can hear, it almost sounds like he's this voice is right there with him. Play it again.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty. It definitely sounds like someone there with them, like in real life.
Now, I don't know if you want to play the visual presentation now to sort of give them an idea if you want to.
Yeah,
well, it's in their heads.
Only problem is that people on New Visions might not actually hear it. So
they won't hear it, but they heard the audio. So
yeah, here we go. So we'll play the.
Go for it. So as you can see, fixating on the camera and then back. I mean, on the photo.
All right, that's pretty cool.
And that painting, that portrait I found out, is called Cherry Ripe.
Okay.
And it's an actual painting. That's obviously a reprint of the actual painting. But there's a song. It comes from a song called Cherry Ripe. So the portrait is in tribute to the song Cherry Ripe. So I thought, okay, well, maybe that song, what you're hearing, the singing, might have something to do with the song, but it didn't. I thought that would have been really odd if that was the case.
Okay, so you don't think the song had anything to do with it, like what the child?
No, it has nothing to do with the painting, the portrait. So I kind of thought maybe it did, but it doesn't. Whatever nursery rhyme or song is being sang there, it's a mystery. It's a mystery still as to what it is. Still trying to figure out what it could possibly be.
Well, unless someone knows the song itself, it's going to be hard for you to figure it out.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Unless they can sort of understand or the rhythm or the rhyme or whatever, it sounds familiar to them.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
the next one we got lined up is called The Forest Strange Noise 1.
Okay. So if I'm strange noises, I think this is the one where you're going to hear again, DeForest is a cemetery. It's an old pioneer cemetery. For years it laid in ruin. Finally, the Ontario Loyalist Association went in there and did a complete restoration of it, something that we tried beforehand to raise money for. Unfortunately, that didn't go down too well. It didn't really garner much attention, which was sad. But anyways, what you're hearing, it sounds like, something that's not there. It's just not there, real time when we were there at the time.
Yep.
Just go ahead and play it.
Okay, hang on a sec. All right. Yeah, I remember this one. This was pretty cool because, you know what, you're going to kind of give everybody a context too. First of all, like what's heard on the EVP there, it seems like someone walking on hardwood and then just sort of closing a door.
Like opening and closing.
Right.
Storm
Going through a doorway,
like
basically.
Yeah.
And this cemetery is obviously outside.
It's in the middle. Well, it's not in the middle of nowhere, but I mean, there's literally nothing extremely that close.
Yeah. No, there isn't. And I've been there. You've taken me there.
Yeah.
There's no hardwood floor or a door that can open and close like that. So yeah, that one's pretty interesting. Yeah. Because of the location and what was on it on the actual recording.
Yeah. Play it again.
Mm-hmm.
Play it again for.
Oh yeah, it definitely sounds like someone walking on hardwood floor and opening and closing a door. Now that's kind of interesting because who knows if there was actually a house nearby that cemetery before or close by. Like you may know, but I don't know if there was a house.
Well, there was a house. Okay, so now it's a little different, but there was the DeForest home, which was in the background.
Okay.
Of the house. But again, this is loud enough where we would have heard this.
That's right.
And all we heard were the crickets,
which you can hear on the recording.
You hear on the recording.
Yeah.
But we did not hear any of this, walking footsteps and then door closing and all that kind of stuff. None of that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's why this was so intriguing. It didn't make any sense. Okay, so what's going on here? Where's this coming from?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one because of, because I was there a couple of times with you at the forest, or at least once anyway. Yeah, and it's a pretty cool place, and just to hear something like that, it's not just you're not hearing a voice. This is why I think this one's kind of, in my eyes, a little bit more unique, because with the other ones you hear, well, at least with the child singing, you hear a voice, which, and even the first one, Big Sky, which people could argue, okay, could be someone that was captured, that was saying something, maybe misconstrued, fine, even though you and I both know it probably isn't.
Yeah.
But this one, I can vouch for the fact that I've been to this location. There is no house anywhere near that cemetery. And to be able to hear the walking on the hardwood and also the door opening and closing is beyond me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of the craziest ones that we've ever captured. That's for sure. Yep.
Okay, so the next one we have is also from the forest. All it says is the forest one, so I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, so this was one of the very first, and I hate using the classifications, but what I'm going to say is this one really shook my world, to be honest.
Mm.
This was captured by Chris,
Okay.
who had just joined the group and came out with us to do a little EVP session at the forest. After a meeting, we had a big meeting and some potentially new people to join the group. We all went up to the forest to do this little, use some divining rods, just sort of fool around with a few things to see if anything would come through, and recording and so on and so on. And what you hear is Chris talking to one of the ladies that came with us. And, the lady answers and all of a sudden you hear something sort of on top of what she's saying, and then bang. You'll hear it.
Okay, here we go.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
Let me play
Give her
one more.
another,
Yeah,
give her
let me,
another play.
yeah, let me play one more time here.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah, there was somebody else. It was almost like a second voice responding to what
Mhm.
Chris was saying. I'm going to play one more time.
Yep, play it.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah, it almost sounds like someone else saying I'm cold.
Mm-hmm. That's what we've long thought to say, most of us who have heard it. That basically comes out as what sounds like, to me or to most people, a little girl, a little child saying, I'm cold.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows anything about the forest has a lot of children buried there. And again, it's a pioneer cemetery, so a lot of the children that were buried there died at an early age due to smallpox, influenza, and so on and so on. Because, as you know, back then we really didn't have any defenses against stuff like that.
Yep.
Not like today with smallpox, for instance. Smallpox ravaged a lot of children, killed a lot of kids back then. And who knows? Is this one of the children that are buried there? We don't know. I mean, there have been so much over the years gathered at the forest. It's just incredible. In the beginning, it was probably our biggest project, if you will, our biggest research was that cemetery. And because if you had gone there before the restoration, and you were there beforehand, Alex, before they restored it, most of the headstones had been destroyed or moved to the side of the perimeter of the cemetery, or hiding in the bushes, or bushes that had overgrown them. When they cleared that all away, man, it was just really amazing to see that there was a lot more stones that were, visible before. Just incredible.
Yeah.
But sad. I mean, you're walking there. You really don't know if you're walking on somebody's grave. You don't know that.
Yeah, exactly. There's no markers, at least not at the time anyway.
Exactly. So, like I said, that's probably one of the most memorable EVPs that we've ever captured, I'd say.
Awesome.
Without a doubt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, let me play one more time quickly. It's a quick one.
Yep.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah. Sounds like she's a girl saying I'm cold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next one is the Spruce Lane Grunt.
Yeah, you're gonna get there's again, this is exactly it is as it the description is.
Someone grunting.
You know, it just there seems to be and we seem to think it might be the first homeowner of the Spruce Lane farmhouse, George, who died away, who had a lung ailment, I believe, and died. And they back then they didn't have money to for these big ass funerals or anything like that. So most of the time they'd have viewings at in their home in what was known as the parlor room.
Mm-hmm.
And they lay the coffin in the front by the window and allow people, have viewings and little parties and stuff like that to, pay tribute and memorize the life of who had passed away. And it seems to me that this person might be George, making his presence known. We've got a few from Spruce Lane that seemed to be him, but go ahead, play it.
Okay, here we go.
Something. Oh, that is what you guys want to come over here?
Play it again.
Yeah.
Something. Oh, that is what you guys want to come over here?
That one's kind of weird.
It is very weird.
It almost sounded like there's a bit of a distortion at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Play it again.
Yep.
Something. Oh, that is what you guys want to come over here?
I've come to suck your blood.
Yeah. But that's a plain Jane one.
Huh?
That's a plain Jane one. That's, like I said, one of the subtle ones. There's so many subtle ones in the Spruce Lane farmhouse.
Yeah, because I got a couple more here from Spruce Lane. There's the cough, and then there's the other one.
What's the next one?
Cough.
Okay, so play that one.
Yep.
That's the beauty of Victorian. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, that one's pretty loud and clear.
Now, okay, so this also has the phenomena I was telling you about. You know, the door slamming bit.
Yep.
Remember I told you about that?
Mm-hmm.
That there have been many EVPs captured in there, and simply it's just sounding like a door slamming. As you can tell, like if you play it again after you hear the clearing of the throat cough sort of thing, you hear it just near the end. Play it again.
Yep.
That's the beauty of Victorian. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators out of it right now.
And like to give you a setup, we're in the room across the hallway. The recorder is in the front parlor room across the hallway, the front hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And the front hallway, let me explain to people, is where you got sick.
That's right.
You know, the stairway going upstairs. You and Gord both got sick, felt sick in that one area.
And at different times.
At different times, yeah. And anyhow, the recorder was sitting on the fireplace mantle. But you hear us in the background, but you can clearly hear the coughing sort of.
That was close.
Pretty much there in that room.
Yeah, it was very close to the recorder.
Yeah, play it again.
Yep.
That's the beauty of Victorian. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators out of it right now.
Like to me, what I clearly get it is an older person just sitting down and,
Yep.
Casually
Clearing their throat.
like clearing their throat, like it's something that they do all the time.
Yep.
Like it's nothing unusual.
And it's so close to the recorder. Like that's the difference, because you can hear the people in the background and you can hear that they're not pretty far away, but you can hear that they're further away.
Yeah.
because you can hear it, their voice sort of echoing. This one was very close to the recorder.
Exactly.
And then the door slamming too.
You hear that, and again, that's like I said, that is a phenomenon that has just recently come to light with all the findings over the past, over 10 years that we've been, going in there. That has made itself known. I mean, it is definitely something, a part of Spruce Lane that's intriguing, and I want to know more.
Yep.
Is it again, George? I don't know. Could possibly be.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to play it one more time?
Yep, I'll play one more time.
Play it one more time. We'll move on. Maybe play one more before we go for break.
Okay, here we go for the grunt again. Oh, wrong one. Cough.
That's the beauty of Victorian. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decoration.
Yeah, it almost seems like he coughed and then he left the room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really cool.
For sure.
One of my favorites, I think, from Spruce Lane.
Yeah. So did you want to play one more before we go to break, or do you want to just go to break?
Play one more and we'll talk about it.
Okay, so this is the third Spruce Lane one. It's just doesn't really have a title, but it was July 26, 2014.
Could be a door slamming one, but go ahead.
Okay. Multiple door slamming.
Yeah.
And walking.
So the walking is probably one of us. Because you got to remember, they got the original wood floors in that house. And of course carpeting, but the carpeting is on that same wood floor, and that wood floor is creaky as hell. Like when you walk on it, you can hear it a mile away. But the thing that is intriguing with this again is you hear the door slamming, and you not once but twice.
Yep.
And this is something that really I didn't have an idea about. I really didn't pay attention to it much until, like I said, just last year or 2 years ago when I started working on the new documentary for Spruce Lane, the Spruce Lane Farmhouse, the 10th anniversary sort of thing. And going over some of the old footage and audio and stuff like that, it just amazed me how many times we were in that place and you could hear the same door slamming noise in a different room. It just weird.
And especially, I mean, you would obviously hear it if it happened, because like I said, I've been to this house and it's not a massive house.
No.
But the difference is that the house itself is not in a very noisy area.
No.
It's inside a park. And it's very quiet in there. So when we went there, when I was there with Steve's team to do the investigation that one time when I got sick, it's quiet in there. And you can hear people talking, obviously, but I mean, it's if you heard a door slam like you did on this recording, you'd hear it. Just because there's no other interference from outside that'll drown it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is definitely something you would hear if you were there.
Yep.
Definitely. And like I said, many times, most of the times that we've gone there, it's always been later on at night. And the only reason why is because you can sort of control the noises within the house and surrounding, because you got to remember it's inside a park. So you're going to have people inside the park during the day and all that kind of stuff. So we like to wait until the park is closed and there's all the people have been cleared out of the park and there's nobody in the park sort of thing. So you've got a better idea of how to secure the location, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Intriguing place. Very intriguing. Well, I guess we'll take a short break here. When we come back, I don't know how many more we got. How many we got left?
We got 4 in total.
4 in total?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll play those And then
if we have time,
right?
if we have, yeah, we could do the presentation. But I mean, if we have time before the end of the 10 o'clock hour, at the bottom of the 10 o'clock hour, I do have some other ones that I captured as well that I could throw in there if we need to fill some
Well,
time.
you know, throw them in, of course. Throw them in.
We'll see.
I'm sure we'll have time.
Okay.
I figured you were going to.
Well, I put 2 in already, but I have
okay.
more that I could potentially put in if we need to.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, we'll take a short break here. More, you're listening to Nocturnal and watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio here on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, simulcasting live on our YouTube channel. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be around this wild, wacky, and sometimes disturbing world of ours. Yes, that's the intro to the Mindset Podcast, a weekly attempt to open eyes and shedding light on what's really going on in the world, all done by ripping apart the media madness that masquerades as news. Join me, Gareth Davis, every Sunday on the Mindset Podcast. You can find the show on all major podcasting services such as iTunes, Stitcher, and so on. Or you can go directly to the main Mindset website. That's www.mindsetcentral.com. Check out the Mindset Podcast. Bring your curiosity, your opinions, and a sense of humor. And remember that some worldviews are stranger than others.
And welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network. And of course, simulcasting on our YouTube channel. So however you're catching us, thank you for tuning in tonight, watching us or whatever. However, it's a long weekend here in Canada. I don't know. Is it a long weekend in the U.S.? I don't think so. Is it?
They got one coming up.
They got one. Is it Columbus Day?
I don't know.
Not
sure.
Don't know. They got one coming up. I don't think it's this weekend's a long weekend for those guys down there.
Yes, Mars. Just to answer your question, all those songs that were on the break songs are from Ron.
Yeah. Okay. So if you missed the first half, we've been playing some EVP next weekend. Yeah. EVPs collected over the years. And on to some more. Yeah, Memorial Day. That's it. Memorial Day weekend's next weekend in the U.S.
I think there's only like one time a year where both, well, aside from like Christmas and all that stuff, but summer-wise, there's only like one holiday that both the U.S. and we share around the same time frame. I can't remember which one that is now off the top of my head.
Labor Day?
Could be.
No, that's not Labor Day. I think that's only UK in here.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, okay. So we have Canada Day, which is obviously July 1st, and they have July 4th holiday as well. So that's close to each other. I don't know if that's the one.
Yeah.
It could be that. I can't remember. But anyway, that's neither here or there.
I don't know. No. All right.
So next one, we have back to it. Waverly Hills. Obviously, a lot of people who know about Waverly Hills. It's pretty famous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first one I'm going to play is from Leanne. And if I remember correctly, both of these were...
Play Rob's first.
I'll play Rob's first.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, both of these have captured essentially the same thing, but from different angles.
From different recorders, yes.
Right. Okay.
Placed in a different area of the room.
Okay, so here's Rob's first.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
Yeah. I'm going to play it again.
Play it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
So obviously the response was there. It was a faint, childlike response.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously, and I believe the female voices that you're hearing is Leanne, right?
No, it was another girl.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not Leanne, no.
Okay, so in any case, had they actually heard anything there, they would have said something. But here, let me play it one more time, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, the thought is, okay, so anyways, the thought is that there is a well-known story about a little boy named Timmy that's apparently died in a Waverly Hills Sanitarium years ago of tuberculosis. And if you bring toys there, he will play with the toys and so on and so on and so on. Now, we figured we put it to the test. We grabbed a couple of these big heavy rubber balls and we put them in a room. And one ball we set up on a quarter and left it. We had some DVR cameras in there to just keep an eye on the room and the ball and everything else to make sure if anything happened to it, we'd capture it. And in the next room, we were doing an EVP session. And this is what was captured during the time. And at the same time, or roughly close to the same time, in the next room where the ball was being positioned, we captured the ball moving in a playful manner off the quarter and sort of rolling around the room like somebody was playing with it. And then when we went back in the room to check on it, it rolled right back up to on top of the quarter as if it never moved.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me that story.
But this here was captured roughly around the same time as when that ball was captured. I do have it on YouTube, the Waverly Hills ball movement, and I can post it on in our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, and on our Facebook group as well, or it can go on both. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I put it on one, and I'll put it on the other.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, play the Rob's version one more time.
Okay.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
So, as you can tell, the first sort of response is more pronounced and more audible, where the sort of second sort of background is muddled and not you can't really sort of make it out.
Yeah.
Now, if you play Leanne's recording of the same thing, you get a different sort of structure, if you will. So play Leanne's version.
Okay.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could any
You see what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, you can hear the second response or whatever was said second a lot more pronounced.
Yeah, more pronounced.
Yeah.
Now, is it the same person or is it two people? I don't know. But go ahead, play it again.
Yep.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
could any
Yeah, you could definitely hear that second response a lot more prominent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Weird. Waverly Hills, like I said, is if you know, you could. Ron's asking if we've splicing them together, syncing them together.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought about doing that, but that's a good idea, Ron. Thanks for bringing that up. I don't think I've ever, thought about doing that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Okay, cool. I will definitely do that. Okay, so go ahead there. Play your next one.
So the next one is at it's called 675 King Street. But that's the location here in Toronto. So it was a friend of mine's office where he worked. He had an office in this old textile factory that got converted into office building. It was only like a 3-story high building. It wasn't that big. So he was complaining that he kept feeling something weird every time he'd go into the washroom in that area there. So one night we decided to go there after hours, after everybody left the offices, and not set up recording, but we would be in that area where the washrooms are and just sort of try to see what we could capture. Now, it was my friend who was holding the recorder, and it's my friend's voice you're going to hear demanding the spirit to tell us their name. But you'll also hear the beeping noise, and that's my my EMF meter going off. It was redlining, and it was going off. And the interesting part is that although I wasn't moving around, I was right beside him when he was saying this. As soon as he says, "Tell us your name," the beeping stops. It just drops to 0, and that's when you hear the response. So here's the EVP itself.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
It just loops back.
Now, you were here. You heard that, obviously. That played for you, right?
We didn't hear it there while we were recording.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. So the beeping, obviously, yes, because I was holding the EMF meter.
Yeah.
But he kept repeating, "Tell us your name." And when I was listening to the recording, at that one point where I captured, obviously the EVP, that's where I found the interesting part. So there was a time when I'm holding the EMF meter, it's going red line, I'm holding the probe here, whatever, and I'm not moving around. I'm staying stationary right beside my friend. And that for some reason, it just dropped. Like, it's not like I just went somewhere else and it dropped. I stayed there. It was on red line, and it just dropped, and that's when you hear the response. I'll play it one more time just so people can hear it.
Yep.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
Yeah.
See, every time I hear that, I hear Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, yeah. So we were trying to figure out, like, I mean, this I can't play it any louder, unfortunately, but we did manage to play it on a system that had was able to amplify it more, and all of us that heard it all kind of came to a consensus that the name that we heard was Mike McCullen. So if I play it one more time now that I've said the name, you're going to
hear that.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to hear it. So let me play it one more time.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
Yeah, that's it.
Play it again.
Yep.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
You know, it sounds like an old TV serial or old radio radio serial.
Yeah.
And Mike McCullen.
Oh yeah, it sounds like one of those characters. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Mike McCullen.
But this, like I said, this place used to be an old textile factory, right? So who knows what could have happened here? It could have been multiple deaths at that place, for all we know, right? When it was a textile factory, and we may have just got lucky and captured one of them. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or something. Anyway, we don't know. Like we tried to look up the name, but McCullen is such a obscure name.
Yeah.
So it was hard to, and I mean, at the same time, it's like record keeping back in like the late 1800s, whatever, wasn't the best.
No, exactly.
Unless you were famous.
No. Yeah, well, yeah, unless you're famous, you're in the limelight. Whole different story. All right, cool. Play the next one.
Yeah, the next one, I've played this multiple times before. It's the Asylum EVP. This one is however, a version that I found after we tried modifying it to try to bring the voice in the background to the forefront. So let me play it, and then what I can do is I can even upload the original if you want, and let everybody hear the original. But this is the modified version. All right. So what did you hear? Before I explain what it is, I know you've heard it before many times.
See, I can never make that one out. Tell everybody what's going on, first of all.
Okay. So this was an EVP that we captured at an old mental asylum in Whitby, Ontario, before it got torn down. It was a complex that comprised of multiple buildings, and we were in one of the main big buildings of the complex, and it was about 4 of us there. And when we went into the main building, we started off on the second floor of the building, and we decided to, and it was a very long, it was probably almost as long as, or close to as long as a football field. So we started in that building, and we decided to split into 2 groups of 2s. I went with my friend Jen. The other 2 went the opposite way from where we were going. So we were going one way, they were going the opposite way. So we're walking, and my friend Jen always claimed to be a sensitive, that she could sense energies and whatnot. So we're walking along the hallway. We get to a staircase that leads to the main floor, and then subsequently to the basement. She stops dead in her tracks, unprovoked, looks down the stairs, then looks at me, says, "There's something down there." So I told her, okay, let's just continue on this floor. We'll get to, downstairs afterwards. So we kept walking, and the very first room we get to, right after the staircase on the same side, which is on the right side, we went in, and it was a small room. And unfortunately, there was a lot of echoing. This is why it's kind of distorted. But when you listen to the recording, you're going to hear my friend's voice, who's a female. And at the same time that she's talking, you're going to hear a male whisper. So that's what I want you guys to focus on before I tell you what I think it says. I'm going to play one more time and just focus on the actual male whisper. Okay. So that was it. So what we heard when we had someone try to clean up the noise as much as possible, and this is the one that we cleaned up, and we played it on a stereo system that we can actually crank up the volume. What we heard very distinctly was the word downstairs, which was kind of funny considering this was after my friend Jen stopped at the staircase and saying there's something down there. That's what we kind of found ironic. Anyway, that building was the building that housed the complex's morgue in the basement. Okay. So we eventually made our way down to the main floor and then to the basement, and that's when we found the morgue where you have those fridges where they store the bodies. So yeah, that was the building that housed the complex's morgue. So anybody who died, obviously any patients that died in the facility would be stored within that area, and I guess the autopsies would be performed there or whatever. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I mean, I'll play it one more time, but see if you can hear the word. Now that I've given it away, but see if you can hear the word downstairs on it.
Okay. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, man, and I do kind of hear downstairs.
It's towards the end.
I'm hearing a lot more. I'm hearing a lot more going on.
Well, yeah, because my friend Jen was talking at the same time.
No. The whispering.
Yeah, right, and that was the hard part to try to make out. So when we played it on the stereo system where we can crank up the volume, and this is a consensus that we came to. We could be completely wrong, but what we thought we heard, all of us that heard it, was everybody who is still here is downstairs. But again, that's the consensus we came to. We could be completely wrong. Let me see if I can load up the original because it's not as distorted. See if I can find it now.
Yeah, it's and how successful were you at listening to it like on a headset?
Well, when I first caught this, it was on a headset. So I was listening to it from the recorder itself, and I was able to right away tell that there was a secondary voice on that clip.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was just, like I said, it was just myself and my friend Jen. And I knew that when we were in that room, I wasn't saying anything. And even if I was, I was the one holding the recorder at less than an arm length away. Even if I was whispering, you'd be able to hear it a little bit more predominantly than you do on this recording.
Yeah.
Right. And I knew I wasn't saying anything. Right. So she was blabbing off, saying something. I wasn't even paying attention to her. I was just going around with this recorder trying to capture whatever. And so when I went back home and I was listening to this and I heard something funny during that clip initially, I'm like, okay, this is something weird. I downloaded that segment down to my computer and I tried to amplify the volume. And that's when I heard the word downstairs first and foremost. And that prompted me to try to get other people involved. I had one guy analyze the waveform and he basically just, confirmed that there's two distinct wave patterns. So there are two voices on this clip. Okay. And then it was just a question of trying to see if we could clean it up as much as we could to see what it was saying. So I've uploaded now the unedited version. So let me play that one.
Okay. Okay, cool. Can you do me a favor and send me that?
Yeah, for sure.
Send me that.
Not a problem.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, send me it. I'll see if I can clean it up a little.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see if I can
It is
find
very
it.
interesting. It is very interesting, sir.
It is.
Now, let me just see here. I think that was that digital? Yours?
It was a digital.
Mine are all digital.
Yeah, it's a digital recorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just, and you know what? I mean, here's the funny thing. I mean, I've been to that place at least a dozen times, you know, and out of all the times that I've been there, this instance and one other instance were the only times that we could arguably say something weird happened where we're kind of scratching our heads, wondering what the hell's going on. This one, obviously, the EVP that we captured. Another time we went to this complex, we were at a different building, and we went there sort of on a whim. It wasn't planned or anything. I was together with a couple of friends, one of which was the guy at 675 King, where we got the first EVP I played, right? One of the guys was him, the guy who worked at that office. Yeah. And another friend of ours, plus a fourth or fifth person. Like there was, I think, 5 or 6 of us there. We were just hanging out, having a coffee. And I was explaining to these guys, his name was John and the other guy was Mark. I was explaining to him about the asylum, and they're like skeptical about it, right? They didn't really know what to make of it. So I go, listen, why don't we just go up there now? I'll take it to this place. We'll go up. We'll go for a walk around the buildings, and we'll, you know, you could take it in and see what you think. So they agreed. So we just, you know, sort of impromptu. We got into our cars. We went up there. The very first building we went into, I still remember, it was building 18. Yeah. You can only enter in from one side because all the buildings are boarded up, but some, obviously, kids want to go in there, drink and whatever, they take off the boards. So this building, you can only enter it from one, I think it was the east side of the building. So we went in, and it enters into this large room, which is attached to another large room. And then there's a hallway that connects to the opposite end of the building to 2 additional large rooms on the north and south side of it.
Yeah.
So we entered on the east side on one of the large rooms. We're looking around, and there's stuff strewn all over the place, you know, graffiti on the walls. It looks like a scene out of a horror movie, right? And we're looking around and, you know, trying to see if there's anybody in there because, you know, we just want to make sure no one else is in there. So we start walking towards the other side. So we're walking along the connecting hallway to the other side of the building. Mm-hmm. And all of us heard this. We're hearing additional footsteps coming from behind us. So all of us kind of stopped and looked at each other and saying, what the hell's going on? And it was only myself and one other person who had flashlights. And this was at nighttime. So I told everybody, continue going where we're heading. I'm going to go back where we came from to see if anybody else came into the building. Yeah. So they continued on. I went back. I searched. I couldn't find anybody. So I yelled over to the guys, saying, okay, come back towards me and, you know, see what happens. They come back towards me. And now the additional footsteps are heard from the opposite side. Yeah. You know, following them. So needless to say, the two guys who we brought up, the John and Mark, they wanted to get the fuck out of there after that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We just got here. It's like, this is the first building and they already wanted to leave. I was like,
don't they know you're a ghost to turn so nothing would happen?
I know. It's like, jeez. Yeah, sorry, Ron, it's digital. These files are digital.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, send it to me. Well, send it to me and let me see if I can do something.
It's already in your en route.
Okay, awesome. Did you want to play the Big Sky presentation?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, play that. It's there's an explanation on play. Yep, just let the whole thing play.
Yeah,
I guess.
Hang on a sec here.
I'll see it. And again, this was captured at Big Sky Horse Escotarian. I can never say that word. Equestrian, no longer there. But the actual farm and The house, the estate, was owned by the Seagrams family, a very, very prominent whiskey family here in Canada for many years. Once again, this was captured in the same guest house that the first EV play that Alex played was from, the very eerie laughing of a woman. This was captured on video.
Okay, here we go. We're going to play it. Sorry, guys, on New Visions, you're not going to be able to see this, unfortunately, or hear it.
Yeah.
But here we go.
You make a noise for us, let us know you're still with us.
Okay.
So what did you hear?
I couldn't hear it because I needed to log into YouTube for that, but that would kind of give me feedback.
Okay, guys, what did you hear? What did you hear with that? Let us know in the chat there what you heard. So hold on, let me pull it up here. From what I can remember, that's the let's see here. That was the faint voice of a little girl.
I mean, I can play the video separately and the audio will come through, but it's up to you. Okay, Ron said, I think I heard play it one more time. So, well, hold on. You think you heard play it one more time, or do you want us to play it one more time? Maybe that's what they said. Is that what you think you heard, Steve, on that one?
Sorry?
So Ron's saying, I think I heard play it one more time.
No.
Okay. I know, that was kind of confusing.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Okay, I can play it one more time if you want.
Play it one more time. Go ahead.
Okay, hang on.
You make a noise for us, let us know you're still with us.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, it just sounds like with this, it almost sounds like it's a baby in one of the rooms, like sort of ow, ow, sort of making a really like a baby noise sort of thing.
So I can play it here. The audio will come through.
Okay.
Even
play
to
it
New
there.
Visions, you won't see it, but
Okay.
you should be able to hear it.
Okay, go for it.
You make a noise for us, let us know you're still with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard what sounded like a baby's voice.
Yeah. So I'm
Very-
not going crazy, am I?
No, it was very faint, but I could hear it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. But you see what I mean? Let me. Here, I'm gonna send you another one.
Okay. So Marcy said, I heard a little girl's voice, but can't make out what she said.
It doesn't say anything that I know of. To me, it sounded like just basically, like just the girl, like a little baby,
Yeah.
in the playpen and sort of making a noise. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This one that I'm sending you here is another one, another presentation from Big Sky in the same area. And what this one is, it's really weird. We were getting really weird stuff here. Let me just tell you. Anyways, I sent it to you
on email. You sent it?
Yeah, email.
Okay.
It's just really weird. The place it's. I have to tell you, it was definitely probably one of the most active places that I'd ever been in for the amount of time we were in there.
Okay.
It just seemed like so much stuff made itself present in such a short span of time. And when we presented the people there at Big Sky our findings, I think it kind of set them off.
What do you mean set them off?
As if they were hoping we wouldn't actually find something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because let me tell you, this place is very, very odd. The people who run it, or at least used to run it, were very odd. And we had a follow-up investigation set up, and all of a sudden, gone. They backed away from it very mysteriously. In fact, the girl that we were in contact with was fired. I contacted the owner, and the owner didn't want to have anything to do with it. And that was it. And when we were in there with the owner, the first time, they were like, "Wow!" Some of the stuff that we were giving them, like for instance, Pam. You know Pam, right?
Yeah.
Pam, I'm telling you, is very talented. Like, she is very, very talented. And when she gave them her reading of the barn area, it brought the owners to tears. What she was able to capture without any information fed to her at all. She had no information about this place. She didn't even know the name of the place, nothing. She went in there totally cold, knowing nothing. So what she was gathering was exactly what she felt. And what she felt, she reiterated, or not reiterated, but she told the owners exactly what she was capturing.
Mm-hmm.
And they just seemed to be so, wow, how is this possible?
Exactly.
Are these people going to find some sort of secret that we don't want them to know? So, but like I said, that place was very, very unique. There was no doubt about that. Very, very unique.
I just sort of trying to get this thing to work. The new one you sent me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I kind of fucked up and went on a blank screen. So they heard us, but they weren't seeing us for a few seconds there.
Oh, okay.
No biggie. You're not missing much. See if I can get this thing to work. Different format. It's not coming through properly.
Oh, no?
No. So what I might have to do here is I might have to play it on my desktop. You should hear the audio, but you won't see the visual. So let me just play it.
Okay.
Are you in the closet? Are you hiding?
Is anybody else in?
No. There's no one else in this house. No.
Capture on the Zoom H2N.
There's no one else in this house, sir. No. There's no one else in this house, sir. No.
That's pretty cool. You kind of hear like someone whining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this was the kind of stuff that was going on throughout the whole night that we were there. That we were getting all this really freaky, subtle stuff that no one in the group was doing. You know, nobody there was doing this, and we couldn't figure it out. There was at times where we'd hear this like very deep breathing, right? And it was none of us.
So you captured a horny ghost?
Yeah, horny ghost. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It was a very, very unique place. God, I'd love to go back in there and do a full investigation of the house.
That sounds like an interesting place.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it's new owners, and I don't know. It could be impossible to get back in there now. So who knows?
It's worth a shot, I guess.
Yep. So, yeah. Well, I guess that's it for the EVPs, buddy.
Yeah, it looks that way. We got through all of them.
Yeah. There's so much more. Like I said, I have to get my hard driving gear, and oh God, there's just so many. Oh my, there's just so many out there. And like I said, audio has been the most reliable sort of source for findings I have found within the paranormal realm. You know, throughout my 20 odd years of investigating and researching it, I don't think anything beats it. I mean, yeah, it's great to capture something visually. Mm-hmm. But the problem with something visual is people tend to discount it more easily and say it's something that was
CGI.
Sorry?
CGI.
Yeah.
I got one more if you want me to play it.
Sure, you want to.
All right, here we go. I can't even hear it. Fuck. Forget it. Shit. There's another one we caught at the same office building as the first one I played.
Okay.
I got to find the cleaner version, but it's another name that we captured. This one didn't come out too good. Never mind. Forget it. It's going to take me too long to find the proper one. But yeah, that was an interesting place too.
Yeah.
The asylum was definitely, well, I don't know if you've ever been. I think I asked you this before, and you have never been to the asylum.
No, I've never been to this.
It's a great location.
Yeah.
It's just too bad that they tore it down. And like we went there not too long ago, maybe about a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all subdivision now. Like they've torn it down and they built houses there.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you know what? The funny thing is that the reason why they shut down this facility is because they built a new one right across the street. Right. So now they tore down the old, Whitby Asylum, and they built a subdivision. So they have a sprawling subdivision now, right across the street from the new asylum or mental health facility. I don't know what it's called now, but nevertheless, they're right across the street from there. And God knows, I mean, I'm sure there's some weird stuff going on in some of these people's houses.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. You know that for sure, man. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on in those houses.
So the guy who initially told me about this place, he actually works in construction, and he ironically enough, was one of the construction crews who worked at building those houses.
Oh, really?
Right. So, he take this with a grain of salt, obviously, but he said to me that he spoke to some of the homeowners and they have experienced some interesting things. Now, I don't know why he would have any reason to talk to the homeowners after the houses were built, but whatever. So that's why I say take it with a grain of salt, right? It's just funny though.
That is funny. That is completely weird. Yeah, living across the street from a new mental institution.
Mental health institution, yeah.
Yeah.
On top of an old one.
On top of an old one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, like I said, there's some like I said, there's a lot of samples still to go through. Unfortunately, I'm unable at this point in time to get to them, but obviously, when we get those back on board, we can definitely do a part 2.
Yeah.
An EVP show part 2. So, like I said, some of the places that you heard tonight, Spruce Lake Farmhouse and Big Sky and DeForest. Those are probably some of the big guys that have produced some of, the more unusual sort of EVPs that I've heard, experienced. But I mean, there's other places that we've been to, that I've been to, and captured some EVPs like the Woodlot.
Mm-hmm.
Those, of course, I'm not going to play because they'll be a part of the documentary when it comes. Right, I want to save those for the documentary. So, when that's complete, you'll be able to hear what we found.
That's right.
On the, watching the documentary.
I'll have to look. Have you ever heard of a house on Cypress Canyon?
No, I can't say I have.
Ron just posted it. I guess the story I told about the Whippy Asylum, it kind of has parallels to this house on Cypress Canyon. I'm going to have to look into that. Oh, it's a suspense radio show episode. Okay. I know it's suspense radio. Oh, suspense. All right. Yeah, I remember. I know this. I know suspense. I listened to that stuff, so I'm gonna see if I can find that episode.
Awesome.
I'm into that old time radio stuff.
Oh yeah, there's some awesome
fucking
shit,
yeah. It's great shows,
man. I used to love listening to that shit. Yeah, well, that's one thing. They don't make radio like radio's not like it used to be. That's for sure.
No, not at all. So I mean, I subscribe to Sirius XM satellite. So there's a channel called Radio Classics that plays all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Suspense is one of them, along with many others that I like.
Yeah. I used to love The Shadow.
The Shadow, yeah.
Oh, man.
There's The Shadow, The Whistler.
Yeah. I can listen to that over and over again.
X-1.
But Suspense was really cool. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I mean, listened to it.
Yeah. I gotta see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's right. Dundas District High School. We got something there. That was a really unique place. I think that's gone now, right, Mars? Or at least it's condos or something now. Something like that. I don't know.
Most likely condos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was condos. It was used. There was a train derailment on the hill above the school. And the school was used as a morgue. They brought the bodies down the hill and laid them in the school.
Wow.
Yeah, it's condos, of course. I wonder if anybody in those condos have a story to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God. Probably, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. Well, I think that's pretty much it, buddy.
Yeah, I think so too. We got through pretty much everything.
Yeah, we got all the EVPs done and stuff. Well, we only got a few more shows left, a handful of shows left. June 13 is our last show. I'm hoping we could bring something, at least break something for that show. I definitely want to bring something unique to sort of end season 13 with. This has been a memento season, man. The amount of episodes we've had.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think we've ever had this many episodes in one season.
No, can't say that we have. We're on episode 37 already.
37, man.
Yeah.
So, well, how many episodes do we have left? Can we hit 40?
Let's see. What's today's date? Let's see.
Okay, the 13th. Yeah, we hit 30, man. We'll hit 40. No, we won't.
Unless we do a bonus show.
Hold on a sec here.
So we got one more on the 30th.
38, 39, 40. Yeah,
2.
no, we'd have to go to the 20th.
We'd have to hit. Yeah, well, unless like I said, unless we do a bonus show.
Yeah.
But then that's counted as a half, right? Because it screws up.
Well,
the
yeah,
versions.
screws up. Yeah, if we only do it on YouTube, right?
So technically, we could hit 40 because of the 0.5s that we've already done.
Exactly. Technically, yeah, technically.
Yeah, exactly. Ron says it's almost like the season started in late 2019.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been a fucking blur,
it's been
man.
Non-stop.
Fuck, tell me about it.
Non-stop. We didn't stop, did we?
No, we stopped in the summer.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. But I mean, once we picked up again in September, we didn't break for Christmas like we normally do. We didn't break in March because you typically go down south for a week or two.
Yep.
So we didn't break then. So we just kept going from September to now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We took a couple weekends off, but that was about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much
most
it.
part. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next Sunday night.
Yeah, for sure. Tune in.
Tune in. Check us out here on YouTube. Whatever. Thanks for tuning in and watching us tonight. And we'll see you next Sunday, guys.
Take care. Have a good night, everyone.
Take care, everyone. Have a good one.